Welcome to the Personal Money Management Show, Plant Your Seed, where we'll be discussing the principles of personal money management and how you can become successful by getting your money to work for you. My name is Isaac Nhusi. Join us every week on RTV. When I talk about personal money management, I like to use stories to define what money management is. When a farmer gets access to seed, he really has two choices on what he can do with that seed. He can either plant the seed or eat it. Now, a wise farmer will separate his seed, some for planting and some for eating, in order to survive today and have his seed growing in his farm for the future. The problem we experience in the urban setting is that when we make seed in the form of income from our employers, we generally tend to eat all our seed and consume it all before the month is over. This produces a cycle of debt because we end up borrowing from Peter to pay to Paul. On our show, Plant Your Seed, we'll be discussing how you can take a portion of what you make every month and save it or store it up so that it can be invested into assets and savings accounts that grow just like seed on a farm. My favorite story when I talk about money management is a story of the wealthy dying man. There was once a very wealthy man on his deathbed. About a month away from his death, or so his specialists told him. And as he lay in bed awaiting his demise, he called his twin 20-year-old sons to his deathbed to discuss with them one last time before he died. He told his sons that they sat by him, and as they felt the sadness of the environment around them and spoke with their father said to them softly and kindly, he said, "My sons, I am a very, very wealthy man. I'm about to leave this world, and I'm very sad to go, not because of all I've amassed in this life, but because my two most precious treasures are you, my two boys." He said, "I'm about to leave this world just as you start your journey in it as adults. In 1 month from today, you will both be 21, legal age, and you will both begin your journey in life as adults. Unfortunately, I will not be here to walk you through your journey. But before I leave, there are 3 treasures I want to make sure that you have. The first treasure is easy to give, and it's also easy to have. When you give it, it never runs out." He said, "My sons, can you guess what this first treasure is?" Both boys began to cry and weep as they heard of their father speak of his coming death. And as he sees them, he smiles with a satisfied look on his face and bids them to hush. And he says, "In your tears, my son, I can see that you have the first gift. Can you tell me what it is?" They both wiped their eyes and looked very sternly at the ground in thought. The first son clapped his hands and said, "Father, is the first gift love?" His father smiled. His first son was right. Love is easy to have and easy to give. And as you give it, it never runs out. Then he said, "My sons, can you tell me what the second treasure is?" He says it's easy to give, but it's not always easy to have. Some people hold on to it for their whole life, while others can't seem to hold on to it for even a day. Again, the 2 boys furrowed their brows in thought and guessed, "Father, is the second gift money?" Again, the father smiled. His second son was right. Money is easy to give, but it's not always easy to have. And some people are able to keep money for a lifetime, while other people can't seem to hold on to it for even a day. Then the father took a breath and looked at his sons with a very serious face. And he said to them, "My sons, can you tell me what the third treasure is?" It is impossible to give. It can only be gained. It can only be earned. I have been trying to show you this gift your entire lives, but I can't tell whether you have gained it. He says, my boys, can you tell me what the third treasure is? This time, as both boys sat in deep thought, none of them could come up with the correct answer. With a very sad look on his face, the father reaches under his bed and pulls out 2 wooden boxes. In each box, he opened up to show his sons. One box had $1 million in cash. In the second box, there was 1 penny, the equivalent of 8 Rwanda francs. Now, the father speaks to his sons in a very deep and solemn voice. And he says, my boys, I can see that you haven't been able to acquire the third treasure. And it saddens me to realize this. But in order to remedy this problem, I offer you a choice for your birthday. Your birthday is in 1 month from today. You will both be 21 years old. And I offer you a choice for your birthday gift. You can take either the $1 million or the penny. Now, if you choose the $1 million, you can take it right now, or you can leave it in the box and come for it on your birthday. If you choose the penny, you can also take it right now, or you can leave it in the box until your birthday. The difference is, if you choose the penny, my chief accountant is in charge of doubling the contents of that box every day until your birthday. He said, my sons, it's late at night. Go to your bed, sleep, come to me in the morning and tell me your choice. The first son went away, reached his room, and before his father had finished offering the choice between the million and the penny, the first son had already made up his mind. He said to himself, I know my father is a wise and cunning man. I know that if he offers a choice between $1 million and a penny, the choice is so obvious that I know that he expects we will be young and foolish and waste the gift he's given. I am going to take the $1 million, and I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. The next morning, the first son comes to his father at the breakfast table and announces to his father that he has made his choice. He will take the $1 million, and as he collected it, he went away without explaining a thing. As soon as he had collected his money, he went out to the most lavish hotel and rented out a suite. He made phone calls to all the sharpest financial minds in the land, and he acquired a team to sit together for a full week, devising proposal after proposal on how they can invest this $1 million in stocks, bonds, futures, debt, in all kinds of financial vehicles to grow this million into a genuine fortune. After a week, the first son had identified his team leader, offered over the funds, and sent him away with the team to go into the money markets and grow this wealth, executing the plan they put together. 2 weeks into the month, there seemed to be a little bit of a shock. The money markets took a slight dip, and the first son was losing money. Fortunately for him, his team leader noticed the softness in the markets very early and took his team, and together they did their best to salvage everything that they had invested, make sure that their losses were contained. After the crisis was handled, the team leader called the first brother to explain what had happened and assured him that they had everything under control. The first brother nervously thanked his team leader and bade him to continue doing good work. Now it turns out that the first son was able to make a modest gain on his $1 million invested. Of the $1 million invested, they made a profit of about $250,000. Fantastic gain in such a short period of time. However, considering the cost of the hotel, taxes, fees, and the consultancy of this team and the team leader, as well as the dip in the market, the first son actually had to pay out $300,000 in fees. He ended the month just a little bit less than he started, at $950,000. Now the second son went to his room the night after his father made the offer between what he should choose, either a million or a penny. But his thinking was different. He went to his room and said to himself, I know my father is a wise and cunning man. If he offers a choice between $1 million and a penny, there is some bit I am missing. There is some trick that I don't understand. It is too obvious a choice. $1 million is way better than a penny. But I know that my father is wise and cunning. He expects me to choose the obvious $1 million. I'm going to make a different choice. The next morning, the second son approaches his father at the breakfast table, and without explaining why, he tells his father, Father, I choose the penny. In addition to choosing the penny, I wanted to remain in the box until my birthday. Now we're going to look at a brief simulation. What happens with the second son's choice? He chose a penny that will be doubled every day for a month, 31 days. On the first day, he had 1 penny. On the second, he had 2. On the third day, he had 4 pennies, and on the fourth, he had 8. On the fifth, he had 16 pennies. On the sixth, he had 32. On day 7, 64 cents. 1 week into the month, the first son had 64 cents. On day 8, $1.28. On day 9, $2.56. On day 10, $5.12. On day 11, $10.24. On day 12, $20.48. On day 13, $40.69. On day 14, $81.92. 2 weeks into the month, the second son had only $81.92. On day 15, $163.84. On day 16, $327.68. On day 17, $655.36. On day 18, $1,310.72. On day 19, $2,621.44. On day 20, $5,242.88. 3 weeks into the month, 21 days in, the second son only has $10,485.76. Day 22, $20,971.52. On day 23, $41,943.04. On day 24, $83,886.08. On day 25, $167,772.16. On day 26, $335,544.32. On day 27, $671,088.64. On day 28, $1,342,177.28. On day 29, $2,684,354.56. On day 30, $5,368,709.12. On the final day, day 31, $10,737,418.24. Absolutely amazing. The second son's choice of taking the penny doubled every day ends up in 31 days 10 times more than his brother's choice of $1 million. What's so surprising about this story, what's so shocking about this story, is that something as simple, something that appears as insignificant as 8 Rwanda francs, can grow into a mountain of wealth if put into a systematic, continuous, daily money-generating system. As we talk about personal money management, we're going to discuss how we can learn ourselves to make the choice that the second son made. And that is to invest in a system that grows our money for us. Whether we are working, whether we are sleeping, whether we are on vacation, whether we're doing what we love or doing what we need to, wise money management choices are those that grow our seeds into money trees and a money forest. Thank you for watching. I'm Isaac Nghusi from STP Limited. Join us next week, same place and same time, where we'll be discussing how you can take control of your money. Remember, the answer is only the answer. Financial success is living the answer every single day.